Railways are a dangerous place and you should never attempt to replicate or copy the activities you see in-game on the real railways. Makes sense unless, of course, you're actually working on the railway. Let's press a button here and get started. Display name must only contain letters. It must not start with... Hey, that's fine. I guess we'll just do my normal name for this part. And we will confirm. You can now navigate to Creators Club. Great. Let's choose our character here. This guy looks a little weird. Why does everyone look like they have wrinkles under their eyes? Those bags. Is it depressing to work on a railway, or what is this? I guess I'll just choose this person. I mean, I assume that's a she. Looks like the most normal out of all the other choices. Like, she doesn't look like she's been staying up 72 hours nonstop like everyone else, and she seems to actually give a damn about what she's doing. Well, I guess we'll just do beginner. Recommended based on your profile, fine. See what we got here.
Welcome to Train Sim World, an immersive and highly detailed rail simulation featuring authentic routes and trains from around the world.
You got some pretty authentic looking cars here too.
Center. Here you can learn about how to navigate and interact with the world, as well as how to operate the many trains. Let's start by looking around. Find each of the markers and look at them.
Where's the jump button? How do you jump? If you found yourself looking up when you wanted to look down, you could try inverting the vertical axis. No, I like to go up when I'm
Your current objective is shown
moving
at the
the
top
controller
left of
up,
the screen.
so...
Walk to the blue marker to complete the current objective.
Okay, so there's no jump button. I tried hitting X and square and it just made me stop.
You've been awarded some action points.
Yay!
These are displayed in the top right corner of the screen and count towards your overall experience level for the game.
Can I crouch?
This is one of the many types of route tasks to be discovered. Keep an eye out for many more types and styles
Where are
of
my
route
feet?
tasks, which can involve placing, collecting, or fixing a variety of things.
I'm a ghost.
Head
My
into the
feet are
main building,
missing.
and you'll continue your induction there.
Alright, I guess we just sit here.
You can pause Train Sim World at any point to review objectives and a lot of other information about what's happening at the moment. Try it now, and then return to the game after you've had a look around.
Alright, let's see what we got. Welcome to Train Sim World. This is the training center. Navigate. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, I thought I was actually going to spin around. Alright, so we can get out. We're going here. We're going there.
Now that we've covered some of the basics of moving around and interacting with the environment, let's take a walk through the building and find the trains.
Aha! I think I already did.
This is Central Square. From here, you can explore the main training center depot and surrounding yards.
It would be pretty cool if you could somehow get a Metrolink F-125 next to a British steam engine like that in real life. I mean, if you could have Flying Scotsman visit my country back in the 60s and 70s, why not do it again?
Your journey operating trains is just getting started here in the training center.
What do we got here? We got a 280.
Remember, you can always come back
8F.
here from the main menu to refresh your knowledge if you're unsure about anything.
What are the...
Continue to learn and other training modules here in the training center, and then you'll be ready to take on more challenges in other environments.
Well, that went pretty well. I have to ask, what do the British call the 280? I mean, do you call it a consolidation like we do, or does it have a different name? I guess we'll find out. Let's see. We're not replaying. Let's see. Continue chapter 1. All right. I guess that's the most logical thing to do here. It's kind of like real life. I mean, you start off learning how to do certain things, and then you do the actual thing.
This module will cover the on-screen overlay, known as the heads-up display or HUD, that is shown when you are in control of a train. Climb up the ladder into the train and then sit in the indicated seat.
Oh, we got to go here. Okay. I thought it was going to want us to go backwards inside there. But I guess this makes more sense since the train's going away from the buffers. Alright, I guess we'll just hit triangle again. Do this.
Welcome to the most important seat in the train. While sitting here, you'll be in full control. Before you think about moving the train, though, let's look at the HUD overlay that's appeared on the bottom right.
I wonder what
The
happens.
heads-up display is a guide to what your train is doing. The main part of the HUD is the speed display. A white bar will appear around the outside to show your current speed, and the red mark indicates your maximum permitted speed.
I wonder what would happen, though, if we did drive the train without looking at the HUD. Like, would a nuclear explosion occur and then everyone decides not to take the train anymore?
This is the direction display. An arrow will indicate forward, reverse, and neutral directions.
Oh, you can spin around in this chair. Okay. I wonder what's so special about this chair.
This is the power display. A number will indicate what position the power or throttle control is in. These are the brake indicators. The exact ones shown will vary by train and will often be visible in the train itself on various gauges. They tell you what's happening in the braking system. The most important one is the BC or brake cylinder. If that's reading
BC.
0, then your brakes are released. Anything else, and brakes are applied and you won't be able to move. Every train can have small variations in the HUD unique to the way it works, but they will mostly look the same. As you learn to control new trains, study the HUD and learn how it helps you operate it. If you want to see this again, you can rerun this training module at any time.
That's great. All I did was spin around in the circle inside the cab of a passenger train, and I passed. Moving a train. All right, here we go. Here is the part where we get to actually complete stuff or accomplish something.
In this training module, you're going to look at making the train move, and then bringing it to a stop again.
I am ready.
While many trains have different controls and are operated in different ways, there are basically always 3 controls that are common and are required to move the train.
Mm-hmm.
The reverser sets the direction between forwards and backwards.
Well, looks like we're already set the
brakes
forward.
are used to slow or stop the train. The throttle controls how fast the train accelerates.
So that's the
In
brake.
this train, the throttle and brakes are controlled by a combined power and brake handle.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You want to move the train forwards, so move the reverser to that position.
Oh, okay. Oh. Press the down button to set the reverser to forward. Okay.
Pull the power brake handle toward you to release the brakes and apply power.
Okay. We got to go to 15 miles an hour. Or at least, so we can go faster if we
Now
want.
that you've reached your target speed, you can move the throttle control back to 0. The train will then coast on level ground, and the train will only slow down very gradually.
Press the R1 button to increase the throttle. Okay. So I think we got to keep going. With the throttle back to 0. Okay, I think we're good now. Power brake handle, no, we don't want an emergency. Well, that's what it was set to originally, so I thought we were supposed to go there. But now I'm actually paying attention this time. I'm not goofing off anymore. I see it says it wants us to go 1.5 kilometers. Alright, let's see what we got next.
While the specifics of operating brakes vary from train to train, the basic process of stopping is fundamentally the same.
Well, at least we're doing the right
Bring
thing.
this train to a complete stop by moving the power brake handle into the braking range.
Okay, I think B2
The
should be
amount
fine.
of braking you'll need to apply also varies depending on whether you're going uphill or downhill, and how heavy your train is.
Well, got a lot of train to go to a stop. We just did that, so that's good.
Stopping a train is one of the biggest challenges of controlling them, particularly stopping them in the right place. That concludes this module. Restart the module to learn the steps again, or move on to the next module.
Thank you, lady. Wow. Pretty good, I think. We got to level 2 already for the main thing, the training center, and we were driving a class 323. Pretty cool. Passenger operations, all right. Ah, cool. Look at that. UK Regional Division, Blackpool branches. I was considering getting the US regional version, but it only came with the Metrolink operations, which seemed a
In
little
this
too
training
generic for my
module,
liking.
you'll be learning basic passenger operations in a BR Class 323 electrical multiple unit.
All right.
When you are ready, take a seat in the driver's position.
All right.
To unlock the control desk, insert the master key.
Press left
Great work.
button to open the left side
To
passenger
allow-
doors. Well, that's good. All right.
Now to the set the reverser to forward.
Forward. We're good.
Apply
Let's
power to get...
go for P2 here. Let's not go too crazy.
This train has a combined brake and throttle handle. Apply a small amount of brake to gently bring the train to a stop at the next station.
The question is, where is the next station? I see it over there. Metro South. All right, we got under 700 meters to go. I see we have a top speed of what I'm going to assume is 130 kilometers an hour. Judging by that red and white circle near the number 130. I think it's more or less like 120. Turn on safety systems to receive additional points. No, thank you. Not worth it. We'll be just fine with what we're doing. Emergency brake, door release, AWS reset. Hazard lights. Well, we definitely don't need those. Passenger comm override. I wonder if you could talk to the passengers. That'd be pretty cool. All right, we're getting towards the station, so let's apply the brakes. B1 should be good for now. Oh, hang on. Crap. I think we're supposed to go further back. But hey, I mean, we're still stopping at the platform, so it's not like we completely failed. I mean, most passenger trains, you want to stop at the other end of the platform as quickly as you can.
Good work.
She even said good work, so I guess we did do the right thing. What next?
Close the doors.
Well, it's a good thing it tells you how to with that. I just hit the right button. I guess I had to hit it more than once.
Reach the next destination unguided.
Alright, here goes nothing. You're still guiding me, though. It says I have to go to Metro North. Now imagine if I worked on the actual railroad. The Metro North. That would be pretty fun. A window. Oh, I didn't think I could do that. Let's open this one. Enjoy a nice breeze. You can't do that on most modern trains. I mean, they got these safety windows where they can't open or close. So, once again, I think we'll just do the same thing we did last time. Go up to, like... Well, actually, this time, since the station's a bit further... Why don't we go to, like, 70 kilometers an hour, and then, we'll stop the throttle there, and we'll probably brake around 300 kilometers this time. In fact, I'm going to close the throttle right now. Nope. Didn't want the brakes on. Okay, now we do. Start slowing down while we can, and then put it to 2. I wish I could blow the horn with all these crossings we're going through. I think we might actually get it this time. We should be pretty close to the marker there. Nah. But hey, at least we didn't go past it this time. Oh yeah, unlock doors. I'm gonna put this up just to be safe, in case people are complaining. Alright, lock doors, we're good. And... Alright.
Great job. That concludes training on passenger operations.
You never told me how to blow the horn, though. Oh, so that's the speed limit. Okay. So you're telling me that the Class 323 can go faster than that? I doubt it, but that'd be pretty cool to see. Changing ends. All right. So I assume this is for more passenger operations, and we'll probably be driving the 323 again. Yeah, what you got for me this time?
In this training module, you will be learning how to change driving ends of a train.
Mm-hmm.
During this brief introduction, you will be taken through how to set up a cab for driving, shut down a cab, and how to change which train cab is the lead. Firstly, we need to set up this cab for driving.
I think we already did.
Set the master key to on to unlock the control desk.
All right, that's good.
The reverser is used to set... Apply some power to get...
The buttons are really cool, too. I mean, it's a nice shortcut, but something about, like, moving the actual controls with X and then the L3, the joystick, that's pretty satisfying in its own right, too. Now we just got to go there, and I assume, judging by the arrow, we will go past there without stopping. Of course, now we have a slower speed limit, so we want to make sure we don't go too far ahead. So if R2 is to increase power, I guess L2 is also to decrease it. Watch the speedometer here and see what happens. Nope, that's not it. We got to turn off hill start. I guess there's no way to turn it off. R1 then? Let's. Okay, yeah, it is R1. This is R3, if you ever want to change this view. Oh, hey, look, there's our engineer. Looking pretty nice there. Uh-oh. We're exceeding the speed limit. But for this one, I don't think we're going to be punished.
When ready, Apply a small amount of braking force to gently bring this train to a stop.
Alright, sounds good. We'll just hit R1 again and, oh. We're gonna need more than a little there. Unless... I think we're good. I think we're good. We passed it, but we're still more or less in the correct spot.
Set the brake throttle handle to neutral.
Alright, then we're gonna put that up there. Turn off the master key.
Well done. You have successfully shut down this cab. Now travel to the cab at the other end of the train. Sit in the driver's seat.
Could I walk there from inside the train, or does it have to be done here? It'd be kind of odd, though, if you walk past all the passengers like, hey, how you doing? Don't mind me. Now let's close the door.
Now activate the new cab for driving, following the same steps as before.
Alright. Here we go. Ah, so that's the horn. You hit L3.
Well done. You now know how to change ends in a train. That concludes this training module.
Why does it say horn low, though, every time I hit L3? Is there like a way to change it so it increases its tone? Like, da-da. Changing path. All right. This, I assume, is like switching track. We'll find out one way or the other, I suppose.
This module will go over the fundamentals of operating junctions to change the path your train will take, and how to navigate
Nice
using
sky.
the map. Most rail lines around the world are controlled remotely by a signaling center or dispatcher. From the perspective of the train, the direction taken is automatic. But within yards and depots, many small and frequent movements are required. This makes remote control of the track impractical. In these locations, the direction taken is manually controlled.
All right, good to know.
You can set junctions by either walking up to them and interacting with them, or going to the 2D map and changing them from there. Let's change this junction by hand first. Walk over to it and change it by operating the lever.
Okay, we gotta move it back.
Notice how the point blades move on the track. Try moving it a few times so that you can see how it works. Let's head over to the train, and then we can look at the map.
Oh, wait a minute. We gotta go over here. Climb the ladder. Now we can sit. I was worried for a sec when I...
and change the indicated junctions.
All right, well, this seems pretty easy. Just hit X. I was worried, though, because we got in where we were supposed to go, and then all of a sudden the indicator told us to go out. I was a little worried there. All right, now what? Oh, we gotta switch this one, too. All right. I guess we gotta go...
Your junctions are set correctly. Let's get the train moving and see it all working. If you can't remember how to make the train start and stop, there is a training module you can rerun to remind yourself.
Nah, we're good. I know what I'm doing. Maybe I gotta turn the match... The match key is on. It says reversers forward. Did we forget anything? Door release. What are we forgetting here? Oh, good Lord. Imagine we drove blind. I'm not going to do that, though. I mean, We can't even get this thing to move. Why are you not going? The master key is on. Maybe just turn that off and then back on again and see what happens. And it's not letting me. Alright, this is getting a little infuriating. Maybe because this door's not open. Or, I gotta close that door. That might be why. There we go. Alright guys, lesson learned. Make sure all doors are closed before you proceed. Otherwise, your train cannot go anywhere.
Now that you've reached your target speed, you can move the throttle control back to 0. The train will then coast on level ground, and the train will only slow down very gradually.
Pretty nice clipboard too. I might actually take that home with me.
Bring this train to a complete stop by moving the power brake handle into the braking range.
Alright, we're already at brake level 1. Auto locomotive will come to a complete stop. Well, let's put it to 2 just to be safe.
That concludes this module. All the junctions in the training center are manual, so you can go anywhere you wish using the map and by changing junctions manually. If you want to practice, go to Explore on Foot in the training center. You'll find trains dotted around, and you can practice driving them and moving them around the yard. Don't forget, you can always rerun this training module later if you can't remember any of what's been covered.
Well, hopefully that never occurs, but, you know, that's just part of life. You know, you're going to forget things even if you don't want to. I guess it depends on how long the gap is between this session and the next session we do. I mean, we're definitely going to keep playing this. I mean, I don't think I'll be doing this every single day, but I'd like to do it frequently, like maybe once or twice a week. I mean, I did buy it for a reason.
In this training module, you're going to learn to drive a diesel-electric locomotive and how the controls differ from a multiple unit. This is a BR Class 66 diesel-electric locomotive, typically used for freight operations in the United Kingdom. The reverser sets the direction between forwards and backwards. There are 3 types of brakes in this locomotive, and which one you use will depend on the situation. We'll learn more about the different brake types in future training modules. The throttle controls how fast the train accelerates. We want to move the train forwards, so move the reverse. Keep the brake control in release until you can see the brake pipe control needles are reading 5 bar, pointing upwards. This will release the...
Alright, looks like we're good there.
Watch the brake cylinder, or BC gauge, to see it gradually reduce to 0, which tells you that the brakes are now fully released and you can move the train. Apply some throttle to get the train moving.
Here we go.
As you apply power, notice the amp bar rising. This is the amount of power being fed into the traction motors.
The locomotive sounds pretty familiar. I'm not sure if this was built by EMD.
Now that you've reached your target speed, you can move the throttle control back to 0. The train will then coast on level ground, and the train will only slow down very gradually.
I know the Class 59 was built in the United States for railroads in the United Kingdom. I'm not sure about the 66, but it wouldn't surprise me because that engine does sound like something I've heard in other EMD engines. The electromotive division of General Motors definitely made a lot of good engines.
Brakes in this locomotive are lapped. Rather than directly selecting the brake force with a handle, you use the brake control to add or release braking force. Braking force will be held until you release it, as you did before setting off. Bring this train to a complete stop by holding the brake control in the apply state until you see the brake pipe control needle in the center of your cab desk showing about 4 bar.
Alright, so this is brake control.
The amount of braking you'll need to apply also varies depending on whether you're going uphill or downhill, and how heavy your train is.
Oh, that's good to know. Very good. Ooh, contact signaler.
Stopping
Nice.
a train is one of the biggest challenges of controlling them, particularly stopping them in the right place. That concludes this module. Restart the module to learn the steps again, or move on to the next module.
Next one, please. I wonder how many more of these we have to do. I guess this will be the entirety of the episode, just doing training stuff. Coupling and uncoupling. All right. Fife circle line. That looks like fun too. I especially like the bridge. Something about that bridge up there looked pretty nice.
In this training module, you're going to learn how coupling operations are typically performed. Coupling and uncoupling is important both for freight and passenger operations. Different regions and trains have different methods of coupling, but the fundamentals always remain the same.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be operating a BR Class 66 locomotive and coupling and uncoupling to mineral wagons, which are typically used for transporting coal, ores, and other mining products.
Mineral wagons.
This locomotive can couple with either Buckeye or Hook type couplers. Before you couple, you should inspect them and ensure that they're in the correct position. Attempting to couple when couplers are in the incorrect position can cause damage or derailment.
Yeah, you definitely don't want that. All right, so select the coupler type to hook.
Now let's head into the locomotive and couple to the wagons.
Does it matter which side we get on, or I guess we'll get in from here? All right.
You'll be backing.
Press the touchpad open and access the map, of course. All right, let's see what we got here. Yep, all right. I see what we got to do now. This looks like it's in the correct position.
Until you can see the brake pipe control needles are reading 5 bar, pointing upwards. This
5 bar. All right, that is good.
Watch the brake cylinder, or BC gauge, to see it gradually reduce to 0, which tells you that the brakes are now fully released and you can move the train.
I think we're good.
Apply some throttle to get the train moving.
Throttle 2.
The external camera provides improved visibility when reversing.
You can also use L2
Slowly,
to apply braking.
come
All right,
to a
good to know.
stop just in front of the wagons. You need to be close enough to allow coupling. Ideally, the buffers should be touching.
How do you access the external camera, though? Nope, we don't want automatic brakes. Just stay released if you can. God, I'm so nervous. I should probably start braking, though. I mean, we're getting really, really close. Uh-oh.
Couple the wagons to the locomotive. You can either do this on foot or use the external camera.
Yeah, how do you do the external camera? I guess it won't tell us. We'll have to do it on foot. I also wanted to check. I mean, there's usually a label that shows you who built this engine. I guess they decided not to put it on to avoid copyright. But let's see. Door locked. We don't want to worry about the door. Manual coupling, uncoupled, click to couple. All right. I guess that's all there is to it.
Good work.
Everything else looks like they're
Now,
coupled
change
on,
direction with the
so...
reverser and bring these wagons to the indicated location.
All right, here we go. Oh, R3. Real? Oh, this camera. No, no. I... Ah. Now we're talking. I think we're going the wrong way, though. Where were we supposed to go? I mean... Ah. No, 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 no. Reverser. Go that way. Okay, I think we're good now. It's a shame that the camera can't go any further than this, but this looks pretty cool all the same. Now it's moving for us. Alright, looks like we're almost there. You know, it'd be cool though if you could have the camera stay in place while you're watching the train. This is fine too, I like this. Okay, what's with the screeching sound there? Oh, the brakes are on. No wonder. All that confusion. And I didn't notice. Now we want to put them on. Probably should have just left them on to begin with. We made it though. Alright, set junction. So you can reverse into the siding. Which siding do we need to go into? Well, judging by that, I assume we're going there. Okay. Let's hop back into the cab, make sure we got this thing facing the correct way. Brakes we need to release. We're not making that mistake ever again. And then we should be good to go. Horn sounds really nice from here. Alright, let's decrease our throttle. Put in a little bit of braking power. Might be too much. I can't do shaving a haircut for some reason. Oh well, not the most important thing in the world. There we go.
Now uncouple the wagons, either on foot or using the external camera.
Alright, manual coupling, click to uncouple. This is good though. This is good.
Change
We're getting
direction with
the hang of
reverser
it.
and come to a stop in the indicated siding.
we go. There we go. I did my shaving haircut. There we go.
That concludes this module. Remember, this process might differ slightly depending on the region and rolling stock. If you're ever unsure, check the training modules.
I will. Steam, moving and stopping. Sorry for hitting my mic just now. I had a scratch part of my face. But this is the thing I was looking forward to the most. I wasn't interested in doing any of the older Train Sim World games because they did not have any steam locomotives. But now we do.
In this training module, you'll be learning the basics of operating a steam locomotive. You'll be driving the Stania Class 8F steam locomotive. When you're ready, climb onto the footplate.
I don't remember it being pronounced Stania. She just turned German on us.
Sit in the driver's position.
I'd love to. There is no sitting position. Alright, there we go.
Let's prepare the locomotive for departure.
Yes, ma'am. What do we do first?
Set the reverser to full forward position. You'll need all available power when setting off.
Alright, full forward position. There we go.
This locomotive has a combination brake that controls both steam and vacuum brakes. Steam brakes will apply on just the locomotive. Vacuum brakes will apply to the rest of the train, so long as it's equipped with vacuum brakes.
Okay.
The brakes are released when a vacuum is created. The driver can use the brake handle to destroy the vacuum, which will start to apply the brakes. To create a vacuum, you should use the ejectors.
Alright, ejectors. Let's do that. Set the small ejector to fully open. Alright, hang on. I guess that's the problem when you have it like right next to each other. Small ejector. Now. We're getting somewhere.
The small ejector should be left open when the train is running. The large ejector can be used to more quickly increase the vacuum after coupling or heavy braking.
Okay.
Open the cylinder cocks to remove any water.
You can also use the L1 button to release the brakes. That is good. We'll do that.
The regulator acts like the throttle for steam locomotives. It controls...
How are you slipping? We're not pulling anything. I didn't even mean to put on the brakes. Hang on. I wasn't even going crazy with the throttle, you know, like 28%. I thought we'd be fine without any wheel slip. Oh, we got to go 10 miles an hour or 16 kilometers an hour. Okay. There we go. I think we're good now. Set the cylinder cocks to closed. I will do that.
We're starting to pick up speed. Move the reverser toward mid-gear. This reduces the amount of steam let into the cylinders and saves energy.
I'm saying 25%, so whoop, not that far.
Come to a stop in the indicated location.
All right, let's double check there. All right, we're going good now. Something about a steam engine running underneath catenary always looks pretty cool too. I just look at that. Imagine if you had a camera propped up on the locomotive like right there. That would be really cool. Or here too. This would be probably more realistic. You just prop it up on the footplate right here. Brakes are released. We should probably put them on now, though, just to be safe. Nope. Okay. Oh, wait, we don't have to stop here. What am I doing?
Use the combination brake to apply some braking force and bring the train to a...
Okay, so now we got to stop. But this time, now it's saying we got to switch line track 4. Let's see what we got here. It looks like the switch is already set for us to go in that direction. So, let's proceed. Release the brakes. Nice whistle. No wheel slip this time. I think it was probably because we had the brakes on partially while we were accelerating. This is a nice locomotive, though. I mean, it's nice to drive something different because usually almost all British locomotives are either 10-wheelers, 462s. You don't normally see many 280s. I mean, the 280 is a more popular wheel arrangement here in the States. So to see a British locomotive of that wheel arrangement for a change, it's pretty nice. Really nice. Probably should have waited a little bit longer before getting on the brakes, but at least we came to a stop safely.
Good work. That concludes all the basics of operating a steam locomotive, but there's still more to learn. If you want to dive into the specifics of how to operate a particular train, look for its training module in the training center.
I mean, if this heads-up display wasn't here, I'd get a pretty good picture of this engine. Advanced operations. All right, now we're getting somewhere.
In this training module, you'll be learning advanced operations of a steam train, as well as basic passenger operations in a Scania 8F steam locomotive. When you are ready, set up the locomotive for driving.
All right, well, let's make sure...
The reverser determines the direction of travel and how much steam is consumed as the locomotive moves.
All right, that should be good right there. Press up on this at the reverser to forward. Okay. I guess it has to be all the way to 75.
This locomotive has a combination brake that controls both steam and vacuum brakes. Steam brakes will apply on just the locomotive.
We just want the small ejector.
Vacuum brakes will apply to the rest of the train, so long as it's equipped with vacuum brakes. To create a vacuum, you should use the ejectors. The small ejector should be left open when the train is running. The large ejector can be used to more quickly increase the vacuum after coupling or heavy braking.
All right. Well, I think we're good. We got that set up.
Open the cylinder cocks to remove any water from the cylinders after the locomotive has been left standing.
All right. Let's turn the brakes off.
The regulator acts like the throttle for steam locomotives. It controls how
many
much
cars
steam
we pulling?
is delivered
1,
into the
2,
cylinders.
3, 4, 5. Okay.
Slowly open the regulator to...
Whoop. That's 32. We didn't want it to be that high. She said 20. Uh-oh. I guess we gotta wait for the brakes to continue being released. It also doesn't help when you hit our L2 by accident. I think we're good now, though. Look at the smoke coming from the funnel, though. I like how it just stops midair as it goes out of the funnel and then goes back up to normal speed. That's pretty cool. All right, I'm going to head back into the cab and close the cylinder cocks. We don't need them open anymore. And this, I think 59 is more reasonable for this. Save our steam while we can. Give our firemen there an easier time. Generally, when you're going faster, it helps to have the regulator set lower.
We're starting to pick up speed. Move the reverser toward mid-gear. This reduces the...
Whoop, not far. Come
Prepare
on.
to stop at the next station, ready to perform passenger operations.
All right, where do we go
Close
from
the
here?
regulator and gently apply the combination brake to bring the train to a stop at our destination.
This is a different locomotive than we were driving previously. I can tell by the number here, 48 one. I'll use the combination brake. We got to do that now. I thought we had to wait till we got to, okay, yeah. We do have to wait till we get to a certain spot. The training lady lied to us. I wonder what other color this locomotive can come in. I mean, we've basically been seeing this in light gray. In real life, I'm sure all of these were painted black, but I know there's a livery editor. Maybe you can make it like purple, red, green. The reason I said purple is maybe you could do like another Queen Elizabeth reference, like they did with, I think it was a Standard Class 7. I know it was a Pacific. Alright. I think when we get closer to like 250 meters, then we'll start applying the brakes. Okay. Man, these brakes are really powerful. Brakes are released. I just got to be more mindful next time and not do it so early. The only thing I don't like about British steam engines is that they don't have any bells. Or almost all British trains don't have bells in general. I don't get that. At least, since we already slowed down this much, we don't have to worry about overlapping the station. Slower speeds would be a lot easier to stop in the correct spot here. And it's already slowing down for us. We got the brakes already released, and we're going down to like from 10 to 8 miles an hour. Alright, I think we're good now. Right there. Bingo.
Great work. To allow passengers to board, you will need to open the doors. Keep the doors open to allow enough time for passengers to board the train.
So obviously with steam engines, you don't have like the door control thing.
Now that the passengers have boarded the train,
Alright.
Now let's go to the next stop.
Releasing brakes. Metro North, here we come. Alright, now we should be good to go. I almost forgot we got to let the brakes release before we open the throttle, but now we should be in good shape to do so. To pull out. I just can't get over the smoke. I mean, look how it stops before going out of the funnel. I think, move that to like 30? I know she said 25, but a little extra power wouldn't hurt. Now we're probably going to want to slow down. Looking at our guy, though, I can't tell if this is a lady as well or a guy. Looking at the chest, I can probably assume. But like I said, I chose this person because it seemed like the most sane person out of all the other options we had. Like, I wanted to play as someone that didn't look like they lost their sanity. Alright, I'm confident this time that we've applied the brakes without having our train stop too early. Do a little bit of a release there just to be safe. Alright. Let it go a little bit more so we can get in the correct spot here, and then we will stop. I don't know why, but I also like the squealing of the wheels. Just something about that sounds really satisfying. Alright. There we go.
Good work.
Alright, we got the doors open, loading our passengers. Let's let the brakes release a little bit. Let the brakes out prematurely, then
Close the doors.
whoops. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not trying to hit my microphone, but my face is
Great
itchy.
job.
I gotta shave. I don't like having this beard. But that went really well. I was actually getting ready to go for another station. I thought we were. I didn't realize we were going to end training there. But hey, that's good. We did what we needed to do there, and now we get to learn refueling. I'm sure I already know how it works, but we don't want to be rude to our host, or the hostess, the lady giving us all the instructions. Let's hear what she has to say.
In this training module, you will learn how to refill this Stania 8F
Oh, I can
locomotive
look.
with water and coal before coupling up to a set of freight wagons.
Freight wagons.
In this
I like how
steam
she said that.
locomotive, the water and coal needed for operation are stored behind the cab in what's known as a tender. Firstly, you'll need to prepare the locomotive to receive water. Walk over to the water crane, where you will need to move the water hose over the rear of the locomotive's tender.
I hear you. All right, well, I guess we got to do it at this specific spot here. Position the water pipe. Ah, okay. There we go. We got it now.
Now the hose is in position, climb up the tender and open the water hatch. Insert
All
the
right.
hose into the tender tank once the water hatch is open.
Oh, it's right there. I got to go back to earlier when she was talking about the locomotive. I mean, who here besides me noticed that her accent changed from American to German? Like she, instead of Stanier.
Great! The hose is in, and the tender tank is ready to be filled. Turn on the water and start filling the tender tank.
Okay, well, but who else noticed that her accent changed from American to German when she said Stanier? I mean, she went like, instead of Stanier, she was like, Stania! Alright, we gotta go this way. Wait for the tank to fill with water. My question is, how do we know when it's full? Because the last thing I want is to have water spill out. Alright, set the water valve to closed. That answers my question. You can climb to the tender by using the steps on the back of the tender. Good to know. I'm just going to let go of this now if I can. Oh, close the water tank. Damn it. Nope. Gotta pick that up. Water tank needs to be closed. You can climb down, and now Thank you.
Okay, now you need to fill the tender with coal. Move the train so that the tender is underneath the coal tower.
Alright. Yeah, it's just faster if I do it like this. I don't know why it wants me to just hit the up button. Alright, looks like that's already open. Let's just move forward if we can. I don't think there's anything else we have to do, other than releasing that. Press the button, press that button to set the... Yeah, I know, we already got it set to forward. Oh, it's got to be all the way to 75? Okay. Alright, let's, stop. Nope, too early. It's probably a good thing we did that anyway, because it probably wants us to stop at a specific spot, and... There we go. It was also going to say, you have to hit R2, and that message probably wouldn't have gone away if we didn't do that. Our tender looks pretty full already. I'm kind of surprised we had to fill up.
The locomotive is now fully cooled, watered, and ready for service.
I should probably double check to make sure the switches are good. I mean, they probably already got it set for us. Yeah, it looks like they did. I just figured I'd play it safe. Make sure we actually weren't going down the wrong track. Because there are also a few scenarios where they want you to do that. At least on the Train Simulator PC game, they're like, make sure the switches are set to the correct location. Something about that wall, though. I just noticed the gray, yellow, and red. It's just... something about that looks really nice. Alright. We're going too fast. We should apply the brakes here. Go to, like... 3 miles an hour, maybe? There we go. 2 miles an hour. That's fine. Apply the brakes just a teeny tiny bit. And we're good.
You can couple either on foot or using the external camera.
Alright, let's just do that. It looks like we are coupling on.
That concludes this training module.
Oh, that's it. I thought we were actually going to pull the cars. But hey, we'll probably do that next time. No, it looks like we completed everything. Alright. Well, in that case, that's it for this episode. Thanks for joining me, and in the next episode, we'll do some actual driving. Ooh, Apple Scotsman. We'll check this out, too. We got to check out what's going on in the Creators Club. But until then, you guys take care and have a good day.